Hey guys, and welcome to There's a New Tank Available Somehow, so here's the new video. Today I will be talking to you about the Object 274A, and basically I apologize for the sound quality because I am not home, so I'm also making this video. I'm not at home with my usual microphone and everything. I'm recording this on my iPad directly, and that's always a bit challenging. But yeah, this is a tier 8 Russian medium tank, and it's honestly a joy. I really like it. I also really like the camo. I will look at that a bit closer later on, but it's called the Leshy, and if you've seen The Witcher, then you know what that is. And if you do not, it is a creature from Slavic mythology, and honestly, I think the camo looks great, and I'm a big fan of The Witcher and anything mythology. I mean, my name is Amanet85. Amanet comes from mythology, so there's that as well. Anyway, the tank is just lovely. It can bounce some. It's not OP in any way, but it works nicely, and it's something that I really enjoy driving. And it took me some games to get like enough footage to actually make this review. And it's not OP. Like it's not like that. You don't bounce everything. You're not like epic in the reload or whatever. But it's a nice little tank. So yeah, I'll quickly go over the stats with you, and then we'll talk more about the tank itself. The DPM is 1,883. It has a pen of 185, an alpha of 310, and a rate of fire of 6.07, which means that the reload time is 9.88 seconds. And then you have a caliber of 107 and a shell velocity of 950. The gun does tend to derp a little bit, but overall it's just, if you take your time for the shots and you're like a little bit held down like this, the tank just works wonders. The aim time is 2.21 seconds, the dispersion is 0.345, the gun depression is 7 degrees, and that's pretty much the biggest letdown about this tank, and the gun elevation is 20 degrees. It goes 55 kilometers per hour forwards, 20 kilometers per hour backwards, and that's honestly one of the things that I like most. Like, it feels very smooth to drive and everything, like not sluggish in any way. And of course, when you drive like this and you decide to shoot, then basically you hit the ground like me, but then you just decide to help your teammate a little bit and you just push the guy backwards. The engine power is 720, which feels a bit low-ish, but at the same time, like I said, the tank drives smoothly, so it's honestly no problem. The power to weight ratio is 18.17. It has a camo rating of 28% while standing still, 21% while moving. But after shooting, that drops to respectively 4 and 3%, so that's very low. It has a view range of 260 and HP of 1450. It weighs 39.62 tons. And basically the turret armor is 160 in the front, 100 on the side, and 80 in the rear. Whereas the whole armor is 80 in the front, 60 in the sides, and 60 in the rear as well. So that's basically the stats for this tank. And like I said, I really like it. Like, the biggest drawback of this tank, aside from the gun depression, which it kind of needs, like, it's a Russian tank, they're not known to have the best gun depression. But the main issue is the fact that it comes in crates. Like, of course it comes in crates. Most new tanks do, and that generally means that you have to gamble for it. Recently, with new tanks that have come in crates, Wargaming has not put tokens in there, so I don't know how that is for this tank, but that basically means that in theory, you might spend thousands on gold or money to get the crates and then still not get it. So remember my cautionary tale of my Type 57, which only dropped after the 83rd crate. So don't be like that. Don't gamble away your life savings. It's not worth it. The tank will come back eventually for gold probably, and it might be worth waiting for that. And like, if you're like me, you will probably do just like this little bit of gamble where you just buy the sale bundle and just hope to get it from there. And some of you might be lucky, because that's the thing. A lot of people like share their luck, the fact that they got the tank, but they rarely share their not luck, where they spend loads on crates and they don't get it. But yeah, the drop rate will always be phenomenally low, so that basically means that the chances of you not getting what you want are way higher than actually getting what you want. So please keep that in mind when you see this tank and want to go for that. That being said though, going back to the tank itself, like I said, I really like it. It's like a Russian medium, and it plays like one, but it just looks fantastic, and I just I like it. I like the way that it works. I like the way that it looks. And it feels, well, it's definitely, it's a Russian medium, but it kind of feels a little bit heavium-ish. Like a bit of a reluctant medium, even though it's pretty fast and everything. So I'm not sure what is it about this tank that gives me that vibe. But yeah, overall, I quite like it. It fits my playstyle. The lack of gun depression is mainly the biggest thing that will make me not like this tank all battles. Because I've had like some very, very dismal games. And it wasn't even due to gun depression. I had a game on Himmelsdorf and I met like the whole enemy team. And then you find out you do not have the armor that you would wish you would have, because I got absolutely wrecked in seconds. Didn't do any damage that game as well. So those games are there as well. And I always show you these kind of games. Like I try to show you decent games, not like the OP let me watch me ace a tank kind of games. I mean, I'm happy if I get an ace, and I want to show you some decent games, but at the same time, ace games are generally not representative of the tank itself. It's kind of like what happens when you have a tank in the best possible situation with the best possible potatoes on each side that allow you to do loads and loads of damage. And I think that with this, if you're a little bit dug in, like in this case, the Jake Panther 2 shot my turret and that's how he did not pen, then this tank would just work really nicely. Like if you like Russian meds overall, you will probably love this tank. But again, keep in mind, it is a gamble tank. It might be worth waiting for it to come later, another time, and then just try for that. So that's basically my little review of this tank. Don't really have much more to say. Luckily, this game is like almost over. Aside from just talking about the camo and just gushing about that, because to be fair, I don't agree with a lot of things that Wargaming does or says, but the graphics department lately has just been on point with so many things, and everything they do, it just looks fantastic. And this camo is one of them. I really love the fact that they have mythology camo, because I'm a big fan of that. Aside from that, I'm also a very big fan of The Witcher, so there's that as well. And this creature comes in The Witcher as well. So it looks so cool. Just look at this, like with the antlers and the leather and the wood and just like the moss and everything. It just looks really, really nice. So I have no idea how much the camo will cost, but if you do get the tank, then I hope you get the camo as well. So that's it for me for now. That's my little review of this tank. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll be seeing you guys later. Bye bye.